Trip to London. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Mia. Mia lived in a small town. She dreamed of visiting big cities. One day she heard about London. London is a famous city in England. Mia wanted to see the old buildings, parks, and meet new people. She wanted to learn English too. Mia saved her money for a long time. She worked hard, helped her parents, and did extra chores. Finally, she had enough money for her trip. She was very excited. She packed her suitcase with clothes, a camera, and a notebook to write her experiences. On the day of her trip, Mia arrived at the airport. The airport was big and busy. There were many people and planes. Mia felt nervous, but also very happy. She took her plane to London. The flight was long, but Mia read her favorite book and listened to music. When Mia landed in London, she saw the beautiful city. The sky was blue and there were tall buildings everywhere. Mia took pictures of everything she saw. She wanted to remember this day forever. Mia's first stop was the famous Big Ben. Big Ben is a big clock tower. Mia looked up at it and felt amazed. She took many pictures. Next, she visited the Tower of London. This tower is very old. It is a castle where kings and queens lived. Mia learned about the history of London from a tour guide. She listened carefully and even practiced her English. In the afternoon, Mia went to a park called Hyde Park. It was big and green. People were sitting on the grass and having fun. Mia found a nice spot and sat down to rest. She took out her notebook and wrote about her day. Writing helped her remember new English words. Mia met some friendly people in the park. They came from different countries. They spoke English and other languages. They told Mia stories about their homes. Mia listened and shared stories about her town. It was fun to make new friends. As the sun began to set, Mia decided to visit Buckingham Palace. She wanted to see where the Queen lived. The palace was beautiful. The gates were big and golden. Mia felt like a princess. She took more pictures and watched the guards in their shiny uniforms. At night, Mia found a cozy cafe. She ordered a hot chocolate and a slice of cake. While she enjoyed her treat, she thought about her trip. She felt proud of herself for using English in a new city. She wanted to learn more. Mia went back to her hotel, tired but happy. She closed her eyes and thought about everything she saw. London was amazing, and she felt inspired to learn English even better. Mia knew she could do it. She would practice every day. She would read books, watch movies, and speak to everyone she met. Mia's trip to London was more than just a visit. It was a beginning. She knew that learning English would help her see more of the world. It would help her make friends and find new adventures. She smiled as she dreamed about her next trip. The next morning, Mia woke up feeling excited. She had a full day ahead of her in London. After breakfast, she opened her notebook to see her plans. She wanted to visit the British Museum. The museum is very famous and has many interesting things from all over the world. Mia was ready to learn more. When she arrived at the British Museum, Mia was amazed by its size. There were many people there, all looking at different exhibits. She saw a big dinosaur skeleton and ancient Egyptian mummies. Mia learned so much about history. She listened to the audio guide and tried to understand everything in English. Sometimes she had to pause and think, but that was okay. Learning takes time. After the museum, Mia had lunch at a small cafe nearby. She ordered a sandwich and practiced her English by speaking with the waiter. The waiter was very nice and helped Mia when she did not understand something. Mia felt proud of herself for trying, even when it was hard. Everyone makes mistakes, but that is part of learning. After lunch, Mia wanted to see the famous London Eye. It is a big Ferris wheel that gives people a view of the whole city. When Mia got there, she joined a queue, that means a line, to get a ticket. As she waited, she spoke with other tourists. They were from different countries, and they all spoke English together. Mia loved how language connected people. When it was her turn, Mia climbed into one of the glass capsules on the London Eye. As it went up, she looked down at the city. Everything looked so small. The buildings, cars, and people seemed like toys. Mia took many pictures and felt happy. She thought about how wonderful it was to be in London. After the ride, she decided to walk along the River Thames. The river was beautiful, with boats and bridges. Mia enjoyed looking at the water and the city around her. As she walked, she practiced her English by reading signs and talking to people. Some were friendly and gave her advice on places to visit. Later in the evening, Mia went to see a play in the West End. The theater was big and colorful. Mia had never seen a live performance before. She bought a ticket and found her seat. The lights dimmed and the show started. It was exciting. The actors spoke English and Mia tried to understand the story. She laughed and clapped, feeling the energy of the audience. After the play, Mia felt full of joy. She realized that each moment in London was a chance to learn something new. She thought about how far she had come. Just a few months ago, she was shy about speaking English. Now she was talking to people and enjoying her trip. Before returning to her hotel, Mia took a final walk around the city. The lights of London shone brightly. She felt a sense of adventure in her heart. Mia knew she wanted to keep exploring and learning. She promised herself that she would come back to London one day. That night, as Mia lay in bed, she reflected on her incredible day. She felt grateful for all the new experiences and the friends she had made. Mia understood that learning English opened many doors. It was not just about words and grammar. It was about connecting with people, understanding cultures, and enjoying life. Mia's journey was just beginning. She had many dreams and many more places to visit. Learning English was a big part of that adventure. Each word she learned and each conversation she had brought her closer to her dreams. With a smile on her face, she closed her eyes and dreamed of her next adventure in the beautiful, lively world of English. The next day, Mia woke up early. She was excited because it was her last day in London. She wanted to make the most of it. After having breakfast, she looked at her list of places she wanted to visit. She decided to go to the famous Covent Garden. It is a lively area with shops, street performers, and delicious food. When Mia arrived at Covent Garden, she was welcomed by the sounds of music and laughter. There were many performers showing their talents. Some were singing, while others were dancing or doing magic tricks. Mia loved watching these performances. She clapped along with the crowd, feeling the happiness around her. Mia noticed a small group of people watching a street musician who played the guitar. The music was beautiful, and Mia felt inspired. She took out her notebook and wrote down the name of the musician to look for his music later. As she continued to explore, she stopped by some shops. She practiced her English by asking shopkeepers about their products. They were friendly and helped her find souvenirs to take home. After shopping, Mia decided to try some traditional British food. She found a small restaurant and ordered fish and chips. When the waiter brought her meal, she smiled and thanked him in English. The food was delicious. Mia enjoyed every bite. Eating new food was another way to experience the culture of London. After lunch, Mia wanted to take a walk around the city to see more of the iconic sights. She visited Trafalgar Square, where she saw the famous fountains and statues. Mia took pictures and shared them on social media with her friends back home. She wanted them to see how beautiful London was. Then she headed to St. Paul's Cathedral. The building was enormous and very stunning. Mia spent time inside, admiring the intricate designs and the peaceful atmosphere. She sat on a bench and took out her notebook, writing about her experiences and thoughts. Writing helped her to reflect on her journey and practice her English. As the day went on, Mia realized she had learned so much during her trip. She learned new words, made new friends, and even grew more confident in speaking English. Mia felt grateful for this journey and all the memories she had created. Each moment added to her love for the English language. Before heading back to her hotel, Mia wanted to see one last landmark. She went to Piccadilly Circus. The bright lights and busy streets were exciting. Mia smiled as she saw people from all over the world enjoying the night. She felt alive and full of energy. She took a deep breath and savored the moment, knowing she was part of something bigger. Finally, it was time to return to her hotel to pack. As she packed her suitcase, Mia felt a little sad that her trip was ending. However, she knew this was not goodbye. It was only the beginning of her journey with English and traveling. Mia promised herself that she would continue to learn and practice every day. That night, before sleeping, Mia reflected on her incredible adventure in London. Each place she visited, every person she met, and all the English she practiced helped her grow. She was excited to share her stories and experiences with her family and friends back home. Mia realized that learning English was empowering. It opened doors to new opportunities. She looked forward to all the places she would visit in the future, as well as the friends she would meet who also spoke English. With a heart full of joy and memories, Mia closed her eyes, dreaming of new adventures ahead. She knew that learning English was a journey, just like her trip to London, and she was ready for wherever this journey would take her next.